Good evening, everyone. It is me, Natalie Cousins. I hope that you had an awesome and amazing day. It is Wisdom Wednesday, and today, obviously, we're still in August, and I want to talk about your brand. But really, what I want to ask you tonight is being authentic a buzzword or is it accurate for your brand? So let's talk a little bit about that. Welcome, 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 everyone. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Tamara. I hope that you guys had an awesome day and thank you so much for watching and tuning in tonight. So let's talk a little bit about, being authentic. Welcome, my business partner, Lester. How are you tonight? And so as we look at our brand, earlier on this week, I talked about curb appeal and not curb appeal for your real estate, but curb appeal for you as a brand and how you're showing up. Does your brand actually have curb appeal? And so tonight I'm talking about authenticity. I know a lot of people are saying, I want to be my authentic self, so on and so forth. And so I was having a conversation today with my client, and she was just saying, if I'm trying to be my authentic self, why do I have to have curb appeal? Okay. So that's why I'm asking today, do you think that, being authentic, is it just a buzzword for you, or do you think it's an accurate place for you to be with your brand? I'm going to tell you right now, I am as authentic as they come in terms of my attitude and how I show up, what I post on my social media, when I talk to you, who I am. Authenticity is me. But I also want to tell you that I believe that you attract like for like. So if I like a certain fashion outfit, or if I like a certain purse, or if I like a certain, blazer or something, the lady who is in real estate who is looking for a coach, she's going to equate that to me. And so I say this to say that if you are in the real estate industry, welcome, Danielle. If you are in the real estate industry and you are looking to build your clientele, you're just starting off, and everybody looks at your wonderful website, they look at how you look on social media, and then what you show up with one day, just because you don't feel like, looking the way that you look on your brand, it's going to send mixed signals. And do we want mixed signals? No, we don't, right? So branding and being authentic, I don't think it's a buzzword. I think a lot of people are throwing it around, but I think that if you truly want to study somebody and how they show up, because they say how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you look at how a person is showing up, and if you start looking at them and following them, people are going to say, okay, well, that person's her authentic self. She always shows up looking good. She's got that curb appeal. She's got the knowledge, and she shows up and actually gets the work done. So I want to talk a little bit about that then, because our brand has to also do with our marketing. So we know that when we first start coming out for business or whatever the case may be, we start talking about our colors, we start talking about our logo, we start talking about all these things. And I also give tips about, if you're with a brokerage firm, how are you going to stand out from the hundreds and thousands of agents that are also in that brokerage firm? So I want you to know how curb appeal starts, okay? So I gave a quote earlier this week saying that, buyers make a decision within the first 5 to 8 seconds of them actually pulling up to the property to decide if they would even want to go in. So if they're not enticed at the curb, they're not going to want to go, and they're going to just say to the agent, you know what, next property, please. All right? So at the end of the day, it's the same thing for us and how we show up. So when we are working with our marketing campaign, we have to start to build curb appeal, right? Because we want to be able to attract like for like. We want to be able to attract those buyers into our circle so that we'll be able to show them property, or we want to be able to get listings, right? So when they first pull up to your curb is either your website, it's either your social media site, or it could be they've sent you an email, or they heard you talking and they took your card or whatever. They're rolling up to your curb, right? So when they're rolling up to the curb, what are they looking at? They're looking at no risk offers, right? There's no risk offers when they're pulling up to you, all right? They're looking at the knowledge that you're sharing. They're looking at, your social media posts, your blog posts. They're looking for free filters. They're looking for things that you're able to give them as knowledge to be able to help them in the beginning, right? So at the end of the day, when you look at yourself and you say, okay, how is my curb appeal looking? Well, how does your website look? How does your Instagram look? How does your Facebook look, right? How is your curb appeal? How are you showing up to the potential buyer or to the potential seller? Hello, Cordia. Yes, thank you so much. So at the end of the day, they've rolled up. They look at the curb appeal. They say, you know what? I actually want to be able to get into this house because I like what I see. Or in this case, I want to be able to get to know that realtor, that real estate agent, because I'm liking what she's seeing from the curb appeal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hey, Nasty. Hey, LaFern. So at the end of the day, once they pull up to that curb and they say, I've looked at her website, I've scoped her out on Instagram, I've scoped her out on Twitter, I've scoped her out in every possible way. So guess what? I've gotten to know you. So what's the next step now? All right? They've gotten to know you. Now they're deciding, you know what? Do I like you? And what does that mean? So as a curb appeal, you're enticing them. They've looked at this on the MLS. They said, yes, I want to go in and see that house. So they say their agent, yes, I want to go in. So they're saying, yes, I want to get to know you. This is mirror for mirror, guys. You have to understand what I'm trying to say here and read between the lines of what it is that I'm saying. So they get to like you because you're building trust, okay? What advanced content are you giving them? What sort of opt-ins are you giving them to be able to have them stay in touch with you, okay? What about you, okay? How do you equate to what you've already said in the getting to know you stages, right? So once they get to know you and they look at the trust and they've built the trust, they say, you know what, I actually like you. So guess what's going to happen now? What's going to actually happen is they're going to either pick up the phone and call you, they're going to send you an email, or they're going to send you a direct message on either Instagram or Facebook or one of your platforms. Because guess what's happened now? They trust you enough to make the connection. What I'm trying to say here, folks, is that if you don't have curb appeal, okay, if your brand does not match up to what it is that you have to offer or what it is that you bring to the table, you're not going to be able to have that risk factor of people wanting to actually work with you. So they always want to get to know you first, okay? After they get to know you, they have to decide, do I like her? And is this somebody that I can see representing me, selling real estate, investing, helping me invest in properties or becoming an investor? Is this the person that I want to work with to actually help me purchase my first home? Because you guys, working with a real estate agent and purchasing property is a very big decision unless you've been in the game for a very long time and you're just looking for a good agent to work with who can handle your buying power. But I'm here to tell you that first-time home buyers, they ponder on who it is that they have to work with, and you only get one chance to make a first impression. Just like these listings that people are listing that they haven't cut the lawn in a very long time. They haven't staged the house because they don't want to be able to incur that cost or for whatever the reason is. They're taking pictures with their own phone and they're not great pictures. So the property is not showing very well. And so what ends up happening as a homeowner is they're losing days on market because the agent hasn't actually marketed the property to its best ability. Okay? It's the same thing. You're losing days on market if your curb appeal sucks as an agent. I'm just here to tell you that, right? So how are you showing up? Are you looking the part? Are you acting the part? Are you fitting the part as the agent for the clients that you want to attract? So guys, branding is not just about the logo. It's not just about, the pretty website or, necessarily just branding everything across the page. It's marketing. It's relationship marketing. It's how you look. It's your image. I want to share a story about a lady who, she sold beachfront property, okay? And on the A1A, if you know where the A1A is, that's in South Florida, okay? Or it stretches across, actually, the coast of Florida. There's many different price points for selling waterfront property. But I want to tell you that the waterfront properties equate a certain price point, if you understand where it is that I'm coming from. So because these equate to a special price point, Her brand was to show up in flip flops and just be very beachy all the time. So what ended up happening with her was it wasn't that she wasn't able to sell properties on beachfront. It was that she was just too relaxed, too nonchalant, and she wasn't attracting the type of buyers that she wanted. She was looking for people who didn't necessarily equate to how she looked. So I'm not saying that there's something wrong with flip flops and shorts. The point that I'm trying to make is you attract like for like. So if at the end of the day, the buyer that you're trying to attract fits a certain caliber or dresses a certain way or carries themselves a way or hangs out at a certain place, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to look the part, fit the part, act the part, be in that environment so you can attract like-minded buyers or like-minded sellers. So it's attraction for attraction. Remember, we talk about positive equals positive, negative equals negative, okay? It's either one is going to take away from the other, right? Negative is going to always take away from the positive. So what are you doing to set yourself up to attract those buyers? All right, so I'm the type of person, I like to look at people and look up to them. They're kind of like my friend in my head, or my invisible counselor, if you understand where I'm coming from. And for sure, Patricia and Lester, who are watching tonight, know exactly what it is that I'm talking about when I say invisible counselor. So I look at high role players in the real estate game, okay? I look at their demeanor. I look at how they talk to their clients. I look at how they communicate, all right? And what do? I imitate that. I adapt that because that's what I see and I want for myself, right? I don't want to look for somebody who doesn't necessarily resonate with me with how they look on the outside, or I can't necessarily have a conversation with them. We have no likes in common and they're just in my space, right? That doesn't necessarily work. So being authentic is not a buzzword, guys. Being authentic is being true to yourself, but you also have to think about when you are authentic, what does that take away from, right? What is that going to equate to? Who are you going to attract being your authentic self? And I'm not saying be somebody else. I'm saying look at your ideal client. Look at who it is that you truly want to work with as a buyer or as a seller, and figure out how you're going to build relationships around that so you can grow your business authentically by having a nice, polished brand. So if you understand what it is that I'm saying, go ahead and type #understand. And if you're catching the replay, go ahead and catch #replay so I know that you caught the replay. Guys, it is very, very important for you to understand that in business, it is based off your image. It's based off how you carry yourself. It's based off who you're trying to attract, who you're trying to bring in. So I equate myself to being a magnet, right? I'm a magnet and I'm attracting the clients that I want to work with, right? I'm a magnet because I know exactly what I see and what I understand in my mind of where it is that I want to go. But I want to get real here, okay? Because I can talk all day about branding. I can talk all day about your image and what it should be, right? But the reality of this whole thing is that you really need to put pen to paper. See, I'm a very big visualizer. I close my eyes and I can stand here and I can see myself selling certain properties in Buckhead, Atlanta. I can see myself selling multi-dwelling units. I see the phone ringing. I hear it coming to me. I see the deals coming. I have great power of visualization, right? But it's all good to have this vision. It's all good to want these things. But you've got to have a plan on how you're going to build this brand, a plan on how you're going to market yourself, a plan on what you're going to get up and do every single day. I can't equate enough or say or stress enough that deals aren't going to come to you in an envelope. Mail came for me today. Hey, Natalie, here's mail. All right? So the mail comes and I open it up. Am I expecting an offer? Am I really expecting an offer in this envelope? No. I have to write that offer up. I got to get those buyers wanting to buy those properties. I got to get that listing, that homeowner to want to list with me, but I've got to plant the seeds, right? I've got to plant the seeds. I cannot just show up today. With my license okay? Unless you have been farming way ahead of time before you got that license and you started building a buzz ahead of time and you had people waiting for you saying, I'm going to wait till you get your license for me to buy. Very rare cases, right? You've got to go out there. You've got to pound the pavement. But you've got to know where you're going, what you're doing, and how you're going to do it. We know that action. So success breeds confidence. We say thoughts become things, but those things cannot equate to anything if there's no action behind it. I drive long distance all the time, and I know I need to get to where it is that I'm going. But how am I going to get there if I don't have the money for the gasoline? I've got the car sitting on the driveway, right? I've got the car to get me there. My bags are packed, right? But there's two things that I need. One is the gasoline. I got to have the money for the gasoline to get the car going, right? But two, I also need to have a destination. Where am I going? Am I driving to Florida for spring break? Am I driving over to Detroit to meet some friends? Am I driving up to Halifax? Where am I going? What's my purpose for going there? And most importantly, how am I going to get there? The struggle is real. So guys, we have to build that foundation. And what does that foundation consist of? Well, let's talk about it because I studied architecture and I know that not every foundation is going to hold the same weight. There's got to be calculations. In order for me to have a strong foundation, a strong building, I need to do calculations for that footing to hold up that 200 floor skyscraper. So what are the foundations that you're building, right? You need ingredients for these foundations. To build foundations, it's concrete. There's a special formula for the concrete. And what do we have to do with that concrete before that building even gets built? We have to do what's called a slump test to test that concrete mixture to see if it can withstand the weight that we say that we're trying to build on. So guys, we have to trust the process. Trust the process, but we also have to be able to write it down and have a plan. So that's why I'm here tonight, guys. Our branding is everything, okay? We have to have curb appeal. When people walk up to us and people want to be able to buy properties from us, or if they want us to sell the properties, they're not going to work with us if they don't get to know us first, if they don't get to trust us first, and if they don't get to know us first, then like us, and then trust us, which equals the sale. So people want no risk when they're working with you. They want to be able to see that you're not just a pop-up shop. I'm here today, real estate agent, live, this, that, and then I'm gone for a whole week, and then I'm back next week. You guys see what happens with pop-up shops, right? Drake does pop-up shops all the time. We got to wait for the next one. They don't give us any sort of notification that he's going to have this pop-up shop. We've been waiting on that OVO sweater for how long? And then he just announces this morning, Drake's going to be here at this date, this time, pop-up shop. And then we either missed it or we had other engagements or we had this or we had that. And we missed the opportunity. Understand that that works for him. He's got, a status. People will stop what they're doing possibly to meet him. But we have to build our reputation, right? Our brand is our reputation. It's not a buzzword, okay? Our brand is our reputation. You got to be authentic. You got to be responsible. You got to show up and put in the work and put in the time for these seeds to grow. You got to nurture them. So when you're thinking of your brand, don't just think about the colors and the logo and the branding. I play with my colors. Everyone knows I'm very big on Tiffany and all this stuff. That's fine. That's what I equate to. But my brand is not just my colors. My brand is not just my logo. My brand is my marketing strategy. My brand is my image of how it is that I look. My brand is how I get up each day doing what I have to do to support the clients that I want to be able to work with, the clients that I am actually working with, and my whole reputation, right? So get the pen to the paper, or better yet, book a free consultation call with me where I'll talk with you about the 6 pillars to navigate and go ahead and transform your real estate career. And it's a complimentary call. I go ahead and I cover the 6 pillars to being successful in real estate. And what those 6 pillars are is starting with the foundation of your business. That foundation is goals, visions, and your plan, okay? The second phase of that pillar is your business, your income, and your finances. Because at the end of the day, before you can walk away from another job or go into this thing full time, you've got to be able to know how much money you're going to need to make, how much money you need to cover for your current bills, and have a plan, right? You got to be able to have the vision, have the plan, and make the money. Once we know all of that, we jump into your marketing program, okay? Your marketing planning, okay, which is phase 3 of my coaching program. We sit down and we tailor a marketing program and a plan that is for you. So what's ending up happening right now is a lot of people sit and look at what the next person is doing. You do that because you want to check out what your competition is doing. You want to see if they are attracting people, or you're figuring out your own marketing plan. But what ends up happening is this week you start up with a plan, you start writing it down and saying, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. And the next week you go and you find somebody else on Instagram, you see what they're doing, then you change your plan again. And so what keeps on ending up happening is you're running a rat race, or you're a hamster, you're going in the same circle. Your marketing is all over the place. It's not branded, it's not succinct, it's not organized, it's not planned. And so you just keep doing the same thing over again. You change your brand colors this week, you change how you post next week, and really your Instagram or your post or your marketing really looks like a box of Lucky Charms, is really what it is, right? So your marketing has to have a plan. It has to have a brand behind it. It has to have consistency in order for you to be able to be persistent, to develop and attract and like the potential sales that are coming in. Phase phase 4 of my program is productivity. So while we look at how we need to market our business, we look at how much money we want to make, we look at our goals, we look at everything, we then fall short of time management and productivity because we spend our days surfing through Facebook. Before you know it, it was 12 when you started. It's now 3. It's time to pick your kids up, okay? Or you were at work, you were on your lunch break. Instead of eating, you scrolled through Facebook, you started changing it and doing all these things because you're piggybacking off other people's stuff and you're not thinking of how you can win over them, okay? They say if you can't beat them, join them. Too many of you are joining them. Sit down and plan on a way that you can dominate over them. That's my solution and that's my result, right? Phase 5 of the program is your sales funnel. We know that as real estate agents, we have to work with buyers and we have to work with sellers. We know that the buying process is different than the seller's process. So why is it that you haven't branded how you're going to work with them? So that's where I come in to show you how to build your personal sales funnel. And phase 6, which is last but not least, is your customer service and retention, okay? A lot of us are failing in this industry because of that, because we're not following up. We don't have a way to be able to let these people know that we appreciate them after they buy from us. If you want these people to not be customers and you want them to be clients, then you need to be able to maintain a relationship with them. It doesn't mean you treat them like a BFF and call them every day, but you've got to have touch points so that you stay top of mind. If you stay top of mind to the person's house that you just sold or to the buyer that you have just closed with, what do you think happens? How does a successful real estate agent work? They work off of repeat business and referrals. Ask any real estate agent that is as successful as they are, and they are not affected by downtimes, or they are not affected by weather, they are not affected by anything in their business, and they just keep going. It's because they continuously grow their business off repeat business and referrals, and that's because they have great curb appeal, okay? They've got systematic processes in place. They've branded their system of the journey that they take their clients through, and they stay in touch with them, right? This is a relationship business. If you're watching this right now, type #relationship. If you are not the type of person that can grow relationships, there may be a possibility that real estate is not for you because it's all about building relationships. Guys, I am Natalie Cousins. I want to tell you that if you are having mindset issues, if you're looking to work on your personal development, your personal growth, I also house with my co-partners who should be on here tonight, Mr. Lester Bailey and Miss Patricia Lynn Stokes. We have a private group where we read the book Think and Grow Rich. We take it a chapter a night. Guys, not a chapter a week, not a chapter a month, a chapter a night. where we go ahead and we read the fundamentals of the book, Think and Grow Rich. Okay? After we read the book, Think and Grow Rich, every night I work with my co-partners and I break down the chapters for you to be able to get in alignment with your assignment and follow the steps towards riches. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, if you're looking for a shift right now, it's the last couple of months of the year. A lot of us have been delayed, but we are not denied. The time is now to get into this book club so that we can read the chapters for you and discuss it and help you grow and enlighten. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I wanted to say is that on September the 11th, okay, I am going to be featured on the What Matters show with Erica Elita. It is going to be aired through social media. I'm going to keep posting the link in the day that we go live. I'll also share it on the social media platform. So guess what? That doesn't matter where you are in the world. You will be able to see me being interviewed on this particular station with Erica Elita. Yes, Nasty, I will send you the link for that when I'm done, or I'll email it to you just shortly after I'm done here. Also, on September the 25th, we have the Empowering Women to Succeed event, ladies and gentlemen. If you are in the Toronto, if you are in Ontario and you want to get to meet me in person, you want to be able to, instead of doing the coaching session online or over the phone, and you want to meet me in person, you want to go ahead and you want to join me at the Empowering Women to Succeed event on September 25th. I will be at Coach's Corner, and I'll be there from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., where I'll be booking out sessions for you guys to be able to meet with me and get your free coaching session for your business. So how are you going to stay in contact with me? How are you going to know what's going on? It's simple. You're going to go to my website, NatalieCousins.com, okay? And you're going to put /events. And that is my events calendar, okay? And it will have every event that I am hosting or being a part of, or how you can get tickets. The Empowering Women to Succeed event is complimentary tickets. So if you want that, you need to get with me to get those tickets. Also, for the What Matters show, that is not on the calendar, but I'll be sharing that live for you to be able to watch. I'll just be sharing it with everybody. For the Think and Grow Rich book, there is a process. We want to make sure that people who are coming into this group are like-minded individuals who want to receive a shift or have a paradigm shift in their life. They're tired of where they are right now. They want to jumpstart their life. They want to jumpstart their career. They're stuck. They know what they want to do. They know where they want to go, but their mind is stuck, or their mind needs a shift, or their mind needs a breakthrough. So you're going to DM me for that, guys. So you guys have an awesome and amazing day. I'm going to go ahead and post the link in the chat for you to book your complimentary call with me. That is NatalieCousins.com. And you're going to go /book me, where we can talk. All right, guys, I love you for watching. Join me every Wednesday night where I talk about how you can go from part-time to full-time as a six-figure agent. I've got my book coming out. There's so much things happening, guys. I got my six-figure agent book coming out in September. I've got the planner coming out, and I've also got the workbook. And you got me as your coach, guys. So it's very awesome and amazing to have you guys on here. I want for you guys to be able to direct message me if anything possible. If you're watching on Instagram, hello, Mr. Cousins. He's not my cousin, but we share the same last name, so I feel like we're related. So at the end of the day, guys, go ahead, and the link is in my bio for Instagram. All of what I just spoke about is in my link in my bio on Instagram. And here on Facebook, I've gone ahead and I've posted it in the chat. I love you guys for watching. The time is now to awaken your mind to your divine life and your purpose and what is destined for you. I'm here to tell you, I have been placed on this earth. I am coming for everything that anyone ever said that I cannot have. I'm Natalie Cousins. Have an awesome and amazing night. I will see you same time, same place next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you for watching. Have an awesome and amazing night. God bless.